Morning, Peggy.
Morning, morning. Are you sure it's morning? It's awful dark out there. Woo!
I'm saying. Well, just think Sunday morning it'll be 6:38 instead of 7:38.
Yeah, well, I wish they'd pick one and go with it and leave it alone.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Just leave it drop back because they say that's healthier for you anyway.
right? I wouldn't care which one. Just pick one
And leave it.
and leave it. At least he looked.
Did he?
Yep, he showed up did.
Yeah. Hit a bump.
Huh?
I said hit a bump.
It's bump.
Oh, okay, now they had the Christmas lights up yesterday and they did them bam.
Maybe somebody said, "Hey, hold up! It ain't even Thanksgiving yet. What you doing?" That something that's funny. Everybody pushes the envelope. Used to be you waited till you had one holiday before you started setting up for the next one.
Yeah. I mean,
All that stuff's become way too commercialized. It's not even about what it's supposed to be about anymore.
yeah, nowadays people done got decorated for Christmas in September. Used to you wouldn't set up for Christmas until the day after Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving Day. Yeah.
Okay, a lot of folks done took and just leave stuff up so that when that particular season hits, they already ready.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like by the time you take them down, it's already time to put them back up again.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Everybody's turning, I guess.
Yeah, that one was waiting to see what I was going to do, and I was waiting to see what they was going to do, and got to where you just can't trust folks no more.
I'm saying.
We started out this morning, folks. Checked my tires according to the dash thing on here. They were a little low. They're back up now. Now they don't read right, but the new norm for them, I'm kind of accustomed to. And once we got up yonder, they back up to their new norm and everything. So it's kind of crazy,
Yeah.
but somebody goes messing with stuff. It's got electronics involved with it, and you can screw them up pretty bad pretty quick. But ne'er do wells and petty people, they don't care about that. They wouldn't like it if it happened to them, but but that's where petty people don't understand it. They uh, have that double standard. They can do it to others, but don't do it to me.
Yeah.
You know, I can do it to you, but you better not do it to me. That would be just messed up.
Yeah, that's about like people who like to prank people but don't want to get pranked themselves or pull jokes on people that don't get joked themselves.
Well, that's why I don't like to do what I call a tit for tat.
Yeah.
The get back thing. Because those people out there will get you back for you getting them back. And then you get in a get back war. And I've seen enough examples of where will be one ain't got no limits to what they would do.
Yeah.
And take it too far and somebody actually gets hurt mentally, emotionally, or physically, or all three, and everything. So I try not to do much of that, if any, because yeah, it's just not good. I know my first marriage, on the wedding day, they all thought it would be funny, those around me at that time. I had a 1976 Le Mans 4-door. They did other things, but the main thing I remember is they packed the door handles, and they're those ones that you reach up your fingers up under and pull out. They thought it would be funny to pack each handle full of Vaseline. And I do mean full. It was like a upside down container, and they filled it up. Every single one. I went to get my fingers up under there, and that happened. And I touched that, and pulled my fingers away, and they was all sitting there cackling like a bunch of old hens. I was just out of the Marine Corps, and I gave them a look. I said, y'all gonna clean every bit of that out before I leave here today. And must have been a heck of a look, because those door handles were squeaky clean when I went to go and leave. They thought it was funny. I might could have done something to, was I lacking a sense of humor? You
Nope.
might have done something to get each and every one of them back, maybe. But if they were willing to do a practical joke like that right off the rip, what might they have done if I'd gotten them back? I choose not to go there.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna get the wiper blades.
Yeah, I think while that smear is as much as the wiper blade as it is anything on the windshield. But yeah, so I mean, that just really ticked me off. Yeah, recently had that car painted and fixed up. Everything. It was my first car being out in the Marine Corps. And I think I got that car for like $700. Stanley had helped me to get it. He's the one that looked it over and did the negotiating. He was good at that sort of thing. And then we'd gotten it painting and had the vinyl part of the roof redone and everything. It was looking good. And they go and do that. Yeah, that, to me, I found it disrespectful. You know, they were some family and some friends. They knew me, but they didn't know me well enough to be going and messing with my property like that. You're going to do something, go and do something that won't be hard to clean up or deal with. Folks, I wasn't going to sit there and try to clean all that Vaseline out of my door handles. I let them know in no uncertain terms, y'all gonna clean all that out, every bit of it. They did.
I don't see doing stuff like that. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Shows me you're more of a child mentality than an adult mentality.
I also don't get back thing because that's akin to revenge.
Yeah.
And, you know, revenge is biblically wrong. But to put it in perspective, I tell folks something else on it too. I'm kind of like the Ferengi when it comes to revenge. Revenge to the Ferengi is like one of their number one sins because there ain't no profit in it.
Ain't no profit in it. Why do it?
Exactly. You know, if you got to waste time and money in order to get back at somebody, you've lost in several ways. You've wasted time on somebody who didn't deserve your time, and you not only wasted time, but you wasted money on somebody that don't deserve your time. And
I'll give somebody free rent in your head.
yeah, there you go. You know, when you could be expending that energy on going forward, moving on with your life, figuring out what you got to do to make things better for your life. You know, Ayn Rand, she wrote a couple of books. One of them both of them got turned into a movie. And one of the books came out before the other one, but the other one was actually written first. Atlas Shrugged was written first, but it came out in the 50s, late 50s, I think. The Fountainhead was written after Atlas Shrugged, but it came out in the 40s. They made a movie of it in the 40s. It's actually pretty good. May have been the 50s it come out. And then here in the last couple of decades, they finally made one of Atlas Shrugged. And, you know, she had a point to make with both of them. Well, the Fountainhead, the main character, he was an architect, but he thought outside the box. He was better than all of them. And, but because he didn't design things the way that the status quo said you ought to design things, you know, he got pretty well exiled in the architectural community. And there was one who got in power in those circles and all like that. And he always aspired to try to be as good as that guy, but he knew he wasn't. And so that not as good was in the other one's office one day, and it came to a more or less a, what do you think of me type situation. And the main character looked at him and says, I don't. Folks, that's one of the worst things you can do to somebody is not think about them. Yeah, they're a hindrance. Yeah, they're a problem. You know, but you don't sit there and concern yourself with them. You can sit there and concern yourself with solving the problem and going on with your life. And don't even think about what or who caused the problem. You just sit there and you think about how to solve the problem and go on. And because you know when somebody's, you know, trying to get your attention in all the wrong ways and trying to cause you problems and everything because of jealousy or envy or whatever their problem is, yeah, you know they ain't no good. they ain't nothing to waste spending your time and energy on thinking about, much less thinking about how to get them back. You just see what the problem is and you go on.
You really want to get them back, like I said, just don't think about them.
Just don't give them no consideration of any kind. Just solve the problem and go on.
That eats at them worse than anything.
Yeah. It's kind of like, when I worked at one place and I had a Hispanic crew. And there's a lot of Hispanics in that place and everything. Well, there's these two pretty hottie motates that love to pack it up tight and show it off and get all the attention of all the guys and all like that. Well, I never paid them no mind. And they eventually started noticing that I never paid them no mind. I'd catch them fixing to go through and everything like that. I'd busy myself with other stuff, because I knew what they were about. They were teases, and they loved attention. I had no time for it. Then they started doing everything they could, going extremely out of their way to try to get my attention. That's that one I've told y'all about. I told somebody, I said, watch this. Told them, the whole situation, what it was about and all like that. And I said, no, the next few days, I said, you watch this. I finally started acknowledging them, saying good morning, howdy, all that, and all like that. Well, once they had that little bit of attention, they went back to ignoring and acting like I wasn't there. And I thought, just what I thought. So I stopped giving them that attention. They went back to trying to get my attention. They never got it again. Tore them up. That's the same way with people who won't cause problems. They want your attention. For whatever reason. Even if it's to be a problem. For whatever reason they do it for. Jealousy, envy, just want the attention, whatever, Doesn't matter. Just ignore them, solve the problem, and go on. And, as she phrased it, that'll tear them up worse than anything else. Because, for you, they'll see that they have ceased to exist in your mind. There's nothing worse than to know that you don't exist to somebody.
Yeah. That people can live without you and not think a thing about you.
That's it. Because of a lot of things in life, I've become where I can flip a switch. You good to me, I'll be good to you. You bad to me, I can flip a switch and forget all about you. Now, I might not forget about you, but I won't never acknowledge you again. I just cut you off. Fade away from you and never have anything to do with you again. And it won't bother me a bit. I won't lose not 1 second of sleep over it. Because, it's kind of like poison. I know poisons are out there. I don't think about them. If I see them, I stay away from them. Unless it's for an application of some sort, particular type of poison, whatever. It's kind of like chocolate. To me, if I eat chocolate, I might as well swallow a cyanide pill. It's the same difference. So I don't think about it. It don't bother me. It's the same way with people. If they're poisonous to your life, keep them on the shelf and forget about them. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth fretting over. It ain't worth wondering why. It ain't worth none of that. Just flick them out of your life, never think about them again, and go on. But again, like I say, I was fresh out of the Marine Corps. I must have had a heck of a look on my face when I told them they was going to make sure that got cleaned out from underneath my door handles. Because when next time I went to grab that door handle to get in my car, it was squeaky clean. So, and a lot of them were blood kin. I flake them off too and don't give them a second thought. So, that's how the piggy can be about it. They were poisonous to my life. I don't need that. Piggy loves you.